Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dr. Delatoro. Listen, and I want to give you a couple thoughts on how to do an incredible sound check for your next event. Listen, please be very clear about something. The AV team is going to make or break your presentation. So you could you could prepare for an awesome presentation all day long and get to the venue and not do a successful sound check with the AV team. And I guarantee you, your presentation is not going to go nearly as well as you think it is. So if you want your nerves and anxiety to go down, and if you want your profitability and power and presence on stage to explode, these are the keys to doing an incredible sound check to get the AV team on your team so that you can be masterful in your next presentation. Let me give you a couple tips here. First of all, I need you to communicate in advance. Here's what I mean by that. Listen, when you get to the event, it's kind of too late. You want to, at least a month before your event, or maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the event, have the email address and cell phone number of the primary production team that's hosting whatever this event is that you're going to be speaking at. And you want to text them and email them your list of AV requirements. So you need to tell them if you prefer a lavalier mic or a handheld. You need to tell them if you're going to be using a PowerPoint presentation or using Keynote. You need to tell them if you have a Mac or a PC. You need to tell them all these things are important considerations that a production company needs to know in advance. Does that make sense? Number 2, arrive early. Nothing on the planet will make you more nervous, friend. You could have practice, have a great talk ready to go. Nothing is going to plummet your confidence for your talk faster than a rushed sound check with eyeballs in the audience of people already staring at you and excited to hear you speak, and you're giving a sound check and it's a rushed sound check. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be sweating your butt off, okay? It's embarrassing. And y'all remember this, people come to events, they come to trainings, they come to learnings early. A lot of people love to arrive early. So you wanna make sure that you get there super early and do your own private sound check without audience attendees in the room. It's so vitally important. So if I know that people are gonna start showing up at 8 a.m., I'm gonna be down there for sound check at 6:30. Does that make sense? If I know people are coming in at 5 o'clock for an evening keynote, I'm gonna be down there at 3:30 ready to do my sound check. Or preferably, I would have loved to have done the sound check the day before. I like to get my sound check out of the way in plenty of time for the AV team to make whatever changes and modifications that they need to make sure that I look incredible. And I want you to have that same level of tenacity and forward thinking about your talk and your presentation to make sure that you crush it as well. Number 3, check the stage, check how you look on stage. Walk the entire stage, get comfortable with the entire stage, understand where the confidence monitors are going to be on stage so you know how to interact with those. Confidence monitors, for those who don't know, are those monitors that are on the ground shooting back at the speaker that shows you your notes and it shows you your PowerPoint presentation or anything, any visual support that you need to know where your notes are. So make sure that you walk the entire stage, but also make sure that you get in the audience with your lavalier mic or your handheld mic and walk the audience and make sure that as you're walking up and down those aisles of the audience that everybody in that audience can hear you easily and the room doesn't have any what's called dead spots or dead zones. A lot of rooms will have areas where if you stand there or you present there, it's a dead zone. For some reason, signals get crossed, microphone might go out, or if you walk in front of a speaker carrying a microphone, it's going to give you that massive feedback, that wah, right? So you want to know what those dead spots and dead zones are and avoid those at all costs, my friend. Really, really important that you do that. Number 4, fresh batteries. Really important that you make sure if you got your own advanced slide advancer, you got fresh batteries in that, any of your own camera equipment. Let's assume that you're capturing some of your own content yourself. In addition to having a videographer or an outside videographer filming you or capturing you, make sure that you have fresh batteries for everything. The last thing you want is for batteries to go out right before you give an important presentation, your clicker not work or your countdown timer not work or any of those things. So make sure that whatever you're using is fully charged and it's got fresh batteries. Really, really important. Number 5, practice like it's live. I cannot underscore this enough, my friend. The worst thing you can do is get up and sound check and say, oh, mic check 1 2 1 2 3. Okay, it works, it's fine. No. I get up on that stage and I practice for 5 minutes as if I'm in full presenter mode. In other words, I don't just get up and mic myself up and say, oh, ha 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 ha, because that's not how I laugh when I'm presenting. When I'm presenting, I'm like, and I need to hear how that's gonna sound during sound check. So I practice as if I'm live. I don't just say, turn to your neighbor and give him a high five. I say, ladies and gentlemen, give him a high five, yeah, right? I need to hear how that's gonna sound during sound check with my energy, with my enthusiasm, with my passion, to make sure that it's gonna come across, to make sure I'm not clipping, make sure I'm not EQing like crazy, making sure that the AV team they understand the force, the power, the energy, the passion with which I'm about to deliver. Does that make sense? So important. So that this is tip number 5, practice like it's live, right? Really, really important. And then last tip is make sure that whatever major production elements that you want the production team to add to your presentation, that you build those in. What I mean by that is if you want the lights to flicker, or if you want some special music to play at a certain part in your presentation, or you want the audience to feel a certain type of way during your presentation, or you want the intro, the lights to be kind of bumping, or if you want special walk-on music as you come on stage, or if you want a certain type of atmosphere or energy as you exit stage, or if you want a QR code to come up at a certain time. These are all things that you need to practice in advance. You really want to make sure that the production team knows as much about your presentation as you do so that they can support you in other amazing ways. You don't know what kind of tricks these folks have. They can press one button and make the whole room go into a disco ball. You're like, man, that's a really neat feature. You wouldn't know that unless you went over the different elements of your slides with the production team. So really do a thorough job of making sure they understand how to support you in your next event, and you will get up there and you will shut the building down and you will crush it. Listen, my friend, I would love to have the opportunity to work with you. Do me a favor, go to our website, www.crushthestage.com, crushthestage.com, and register right now for our 3-day speaker training boot camp, where I'm going to teach you how to become masterful on stage. I'm going to teach you how to develop strong public speaking and presentation skills to help you get more clients, contacts, contracts, and cash. It's live in person, very limited seating, and our next class is coming up super soon, so we can't not wait to see you. I love teaching you like this, but I want to get my hands on you and teach you live in person. So let's rock and roll, let's crush it together. Cannot wait to see you somewhere around the world living your dreams, because this is your year to shift your speaking career into a higher gear. Dr. Del Toro, I'm out. We're about to pull up to the sound check now. Peace for now.